So there's roughly 3 months till the start of college football. The odds for Vegas for the national champion as far as a team winning the national championship are out. This should be very reliable, right? Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, Golden Blue Dude. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I do college football videos every single day. Don't forget, guys, Golden Blue Dude does have a sponsor now. It's called Tri-State Wood Sketch. So go check out his website at www.tristatewoodsketch.com. He does great stuff like that. You can send him a picture and he'll put it on wood and it looks amazing. And by the way, he's running a promo right now. If you mention that Golden Blue Dude sent you, he'll take 20% off. We are about 3 months away from the start of college football. And Vegas has released its odds for teams to win the national championship. Now, 3 months out, this should be super reliable. I don't know. Some of it's good, some of it not so good. Let's look at it real quick. We'll start at the top real quick. The odds-on favorite, number 1, Alabama at plus 300, a 3-to-1 odds favorite. Last year, they finished the season 13-0. National champions. Yeah, I'm okay with that. They lose a lot on offense, but Bama, they always reload. Number 2, Clemson, plus 350. That's 7-to-2 odds. Last year, they finished season 10-2. Clemson has not missed the playoffs for 6 straight years. That's pretty safe right there. Number 3, Ohio State at plus 500, a 5-to-1 odds to win the national championship. Last year, they finished season 7-1. They did lose a lot on offense, and Ohio State is not as consistent as Alabama and Clemson, so I'm not so sure on that one. Number 4, Oklahoma, plus 700. That's 7-to-1 odds. Last year, they finished 9-2, but Oklahoma is stacked. So is Vegas saying that they think it's going to be Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and Oklahoma in the playoffs? That's what it looks like to me. Rounding out the top 5, the odd man out of the playoffs, according to Vegas, Georgia. They are plus 800. That's 8-to-1 odds to win the national championship. Last year, they finished the season 8-2, but Georgia is loaded this year. I don't think Georgia has any excuse to miss the playoffs this year. We're going to round out the top 10 real quick. Number 6, Texas A&M at plus 2,500. That's 25-to-1 odds. They finished the season 9-1. I don't know. They had a really good season last year, but for the most part, I think Texas A&M is overrated from year to year. Last year, they did have a breakout year, but I don't rely on them. Number 7, LSU at plus 3,500. That's 35-to-1 odds. Last year, they finished the season 5-5, but Vegas knows that LSU is returning a lot, and 2019 is still a little fresh in our memories. Number 8 on this list, Wisconsin at plus 3,500. Also 35-to-1. I like Wisconsin this year as well. I have them winning the Big Ten West. Number 9, Florida at plus 4,000. That's 40-to-1 odds. Last year, they finished the season 8-4. Dan Mullen did the least with the most, and now he's losing most of the most. No, Florida has no shot. I think Florida takes a big step back this year. Finishing out the top 10, Notre Dame at plus 4,000. That's 40-to-1 as well. Last year, they finished season 10-2. I just think with the full schedule and the schedule that Notre Dame has, I mean, it's brutal. I don't think Notre Dame is making the playoffs this year. That's just me. I don't think it's going to happen. Number 11, Miami, at plus 4,000 also. That's 40-to-1. De'Aaron King, if he's fully healthy, maybe they have a mild shot, but that first game against Alabama might knock them out immediately. Then there's Penn State, also plus 4,000. I think Penn State has a big bounce back year this year. 13th on this list, Iowa State, also plus 4,000. They returned a lot of that production from last year, and they finally beat Oklahoma for the Big 12 championship. If they do that, they have a good shot to make the playoffs. Number 14 on this list, Oregon at plus 5,000. They finished the season 4-3. They have quarterback issues. I don't think Oregon's going to be a good team. I don't know why they're being overhyped like this. 15th on this list, North Carolina. They finished season 8-4. They're at plus 5,000 as well. Sam Howell's back. They did lose Javonte Williams and Michael Carter, but at least they got a transfer in Ty Chandler to sort of help. I don't know. Defense will be good. We'll see. Their schedule does set up nicely. I will give them that. 16 USC. They're up and down. 17 Texas. What in the world at plus 5,000 as well? They finished the season 7-3. They just fired their head coach. No, I don't have them in the top 20. I don't know what Vegas is seeing here. Right behind them, Michigan, who finished season 2-4, plus 5,000. I guess they think Michigan's going to light a fire under Jim Harbaugh's rear end, and boom, Michigan going to be good. I don't know about that. The last team in this group, Tennessee, at plus 5,000. They finished the season 3-7. I know they get a pretty decent coach in Josh Heupel, but being in the top 20 as far as odds-on favorite to win the national championship, that's ludicrous, insane. Right behind them, Arizona State. They finished season 2-2, plus 6,600. I think Arizona State is better than Tennessee, Michigan, Texas, USC, Oregon. I think they need to be higher on this list. We're going to round out the top 25. Still in the same group of plus 6,600, but number 21 on the list, Washington. I think Washington will be better than Oregon. So I think at bare minimum, they need to switch places because Washington is the better team. 22, still at plus 6,600, NC State. They had a big turnaround last year from 4-8 to 8-4. I can buy that. 23rd on this list, also plus 6,600, Oklahoma State. I don't know about this. They lost Chuba Hubbard and Tylan Wallace. Defense looked great last year, but Spencer Sanders is very up and down. I don't know if I agree with that at all. I think Oklahoma State falls down in the Big 12 and barely makes a bowl. Number 24, West Virginia. What? Last year they finished 6-4. They're at plus 6,600 as well. You know, West Virginia's my team, but in the top 25 as far as odds-on favorite to win a national championship, I'm not so sure about that. That's kind of crazy if you ask me. And right behind West Virginia in 25th position, Auburn plus 8,000. Finished the season 6-5. They fired Gus Malzahn, bringing Boise State's head coach. They're in transition period. No, they're not going to even sniff a chance to get to the playoffs or even a chance to get to the SEC championship. Not going to happen. Here's the teams that's below the top 25 that I think should have been in the top 25 as far as odds-on favorite to win the national championship. Iowa, 26th spot, barely out. Iowa's better than a lot of these teams. Boise State, I think they should have been higher. They're at plus 10,000 right there with Iowa. Ole Miss, I think Ole Miss is better than some of these teams in the top 25 odds-on favorite for Vegas. They're sitting down there at plus 10,000 as well. 30th on the list. I know they finished 5-5, but everybody from that offense is coming back. Matt Corral is a dark horse Heisman contender. The 30s are a mess as well. You got Virginia Tech, Stanford, Nebraska, South Carolina, Florida State. I know that's not super high on this list, but that's still too high for these guys. All the way in the 37th spot, Cincinnati at plus 15,000. Last year they finished 9-1. They returned pretty much everybody, and they're barely in the top 40 as far as odds-on favorite to win the national championship. That speaks volumes. That's Vegas saying the playoff committee will not allow Cincinnati into the playoffs no matter what. That's what this is saying. You know what? They might be right. So let's look at this. Cincinnati's below Arkansas, Florida State, South Carolina, Nebraska, Stanford, Virginia Tech, Michigan State. Michigan State on the 27th spot. What in the world? Auburn, West Virginia, Oklahoma State, NC State, Tennessee, Michigan, Texas. This is crazy. All that stuff that I said in the beginning where, you know, this is a reliable list. No, throw that out the window. This is a crazy list. What am I looking at, Vegas? How did you come up with this? So now, out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm going to keep going. The 40 through 45 position, Virginia, Louisville, Cal, Purdue, Pitt. 46 through 50 position, Georgia Tech, Memphis, UCLA, BYU, Mississippi State. I think they're disrespecting Memphis as well. They shouldn't be that low. I mean, I think Memphis is better than Pitt, Georgia Tech, Virginia. Let's keep going. 50 through 55, Baylor, Oregon State, Kentucky, Washington State, Minnesota. I mean, if you want to waste your money and think that maybe you might hit the lottery, be my guest. But there's no way in hell that those teams are going to sniff a national championship. So if you want to throw your money away, be my guest. Colorado, Texas Tech, Wake Forest, Utah, Boston College. Vegas, you have blown my mind. This list doesn't make sense. Maybe the top 5, I could go with that. But after that, it's a crapshoot. This is crazy. But I must say, it was entertaining. I hope y'all enjoyed this because I did. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you on my next show.